Hello, this is Debra Carmona, and this is my crafting cottage. I know it doesn't look like it, right? It's covered in a tarp to protect it from the weather. Well, I thought I'd give you a little update on what little bit of progress we have made on my cottage. The reason that I am building this building is because my house is overrun with crafting areas. I've got my card making station in my master bedroom. I have my sewing room in the guest room, taking up, a big section of the guest room. And I have my art stuff in the den, which is a room shared with my husband in his office center and my son in his office center and our home library. So that room is quite crowded, and I feel crammed in a corner there. My computer desk is sandwiched between the living room and the kitchen. So I'm like spread all over the house. So if I get my crafting cottage built, then I'll be able to take all that stuff and move it into the new building. It'll also be a recording studio, and I have plans of fixing a way that I can have my green screen in there, pull it down when I need it, put it up when I don't need it. So it'll be a recording studio as well. I have it all designed and decorated in my head. I know the color scheme. It's going to be really pretty and very pleasant. It's going to feel like a very calm, relaxed place. It'll reflect who I am. It'll be very classic. It will be very feminine and very relaxing and very calm, and just a beautiful room where I'll have all my creative stuff around me. I can't wait to get to the part of decorating and working on the interior, but still, I'm struggling right now because right now it's going to be a very slow process because I can only build as I have the funds to do so. And right now the goal is to get the building completely dried in, which it's not entirely. That's why it's covered in a tarp. In January of this year, I started building my crafting cottage in the woods. We have the main structure built, and the roof is covered with a waterproof membrane. We had to cover the entire structure with a tarp to protect the membrane and for water runoff. That is where we left off the last time I posted about this project. For the most part, the project has been sitting idle. I'm sort of at a standstill right now. So the project has been sitting pretty much idle. We've not been able to do a whole lot due to lack of funds. It's been sitting idle so much so that we've got cobwebs. We have cobwebs. I was able to buy a few more sheets of plywood so that we can finish closing up the gaps. So we're working on that. It's getting darker in here because we're getting it closed up. We still got to do this side. But that side is not an issue at the moment. It's got a nice runoff, so we don't have any issue with water coming in. We do need to finish the front. We need to finish this side here so that we can get the porch roof up, because that will also protect the building. I'm still waiting for the second window to come in, the one that they gave me the wrong size. So we haven't put any of the windows in yet. We have 3 out of 4 windows, but we're waiting for the other. I couldn't find anything on my account online and checked the web app and nothing about my window order. So I called the store yesterday, and at first the lady was like, we don't have any information. I gave him the order number and she looked it up, and she couldn't understand what was going on because I was supposed to have my window delivered on the 16th of June, and here it is the 27th when I called her. And so she looked at it further and she found, oh, there has been a delay. It is committed. I guess there's some reason holding it up and making it. They're only making them in North Carolina. I live in South Carolina. But anyway, she did find out that It is expected to arrive on July the 7th. It was supposed to be here June 16th originally. But really, when I first ordered it, it was in May. So it's been a couple of months just to get this window correct, because the first time they sent me the wrong size. I swear, the entirety of Lowe's is completely disorganized. Jonathan's been working on strengthening the porch roof, getting ready to cover it. Jonathan has gotten a start on putting up the cover on the porch. The weather has been the biggest headache about this whole project. At first it said it was going to rain today, and then the storm blew in another direction and we weren't supposed to get any rain. So we got some more wood. We were working on the porch roof. We were trying to get it covered, but it's raining again. And we're supposed to have 5 days of rain. What's aggravating is that the tarp up top is obviously not working. I don't know if you can see it, but I have rain dripping from the rafters of the porch. Will all of this wood be destroyed? Will I have to tear it down? It's getting soaked. I'm trying really hard not to be mad. Tarps on the main roof. And obviously there are holes on the bigger tarp because look, this is the edge of the roof and I have rain dripping straight down. This is so maddening. I think maybe I should have bought. I should have spent back a few $100s to buy a better tarp. Cheap tarps don't hold up at all. So I had this second tarp that I just sort of put up here and just to give it a second layer, but even still I could see rain dripping from here down. So aggravating. Inside is all open. Yeah, I got the plywood and the plan was to cover the porch and temporarily just put tar paper on it to protect it until I can get the waterproof underlayment that I put on the roof. And that is expensive stuff because I got high temperature. We do get high temperatures. We get heat, a lot of heat. We don't have a problem with snow and ice, but we get a lot of heat. And it's really awesome stuff, but it's expensive. To get 2 more rolls, I need $400. And I don't have it right now. So my temporary plan was just put the plywood on, get the roof porch on, and just cover with tar paper temporarily, because we have a roll of that around here, and we could just get by with that. I might even have some shingles put up, just temporary. Right now, I don't know what we're going to do because everything is getting wet and the rain has started and it's supposed to rain for 5 days. The weather keeps changing. The weatherman just doesn't get it right. The last time I looked at the weather a few hours ago, before it started to rain, we were supposed to get any rain until Sunday. Today is Friday. Oh, I hate weathermen. The good news is the floor in here is dry. And the walls are dry, except for this one place on the very front. At least we have the bottom wrapped and tape on the bottom edge to protect it. But I have an issue up here. The water damage and warped plywood right there because it's coming down here. Tape across it, and here's Tarp's at the bottom. seeing this water dripping, it just makes me want to cry. Well, my son got home and I told him what I was seeing with all the rain running all over everything, worried about the wood, and he came up with a temporary solution. It is some leftover pieces of linoleum that he has secured them with clamps, so that will give a place for the rain to run off, and that will do until we're ready to actually put a roof on. And when we put the roof on, we need to be ready to cover it so that it doesn't ruin the wood. So that will do for now. Piece of linoleum. I don't know if you can see the pattern. I could see it with my eye, but I don't know if you can in the camera. It's sort of a hexagon shape. It was leftover from a project that he worked on for somebody, and they gave us the leftover pieces. I don't know that I'll use it for anything, but hey, I am using it now, and it's useful for helping with the rain runoff. You gotta do what you gotta do, right? We also have a piece of linoleum at the very top to help do a runoff, and a piece over this area here to give a place for the rain to run off. It's kind of crazy, I know, but it's how we have to fight the rain. Piece of linoleum clamped here, and then it's draped over, and it runs down and off the edge. And of course I put the tarp, the extra tarp, underneath the other tarp that has holes in it. So I think we will survive the next 3 or 5 days of rain, if the weatherman has it right. I'm confused because this morning it said it was going to rain, and then a few hours later the storm had changed and there was going to be no rain for today. And then, surprise, we had rain. Last I looked, the rain will come back on Sunday, so I'm not sure about tomorrow. But I do see at least 3 days of rain now, so it keeps changing. So who knows what's going to happen, but we are doing what we can to deal with it. You never know what tomorrow may hold. The weatherman says one thing, and then a few hours later, he changes his mind. The next day, the whole picture changes. There's still a forecast of a lot of rain coming. Sometimes we'll have days where they'll say it's going to rain. It doesn't rain. They'll delay it for another day. And the next day comes, no rain. And the next day comes, no rain. But we do have periods of rain, and sometimes it will rain for 3-4 days in a row. So it's really hard to know what we can do, how much we can do while we are trying to build this cottage. But I think we have it at a holding place right now where it's safe. At least inside the building is perfectly fine. There's no water getting in. That's the priority, but I also don't want the lumber of the roof rafters of the porch getting destroyed. I can wait on the siding because we do have the building wrapped in Tyvek, and it's all taped, all the seams are taped. All we have left are the top edges of the 2 side walls, but there's a nice overhang so we don't have to worry about rain getting in. And this porch side, we only have Tyvek on the bottom because the top is not an issue with rain getting in. Structure is taller than my house because I wanted high ceilings. The inside space is 16 by 20. I have spent right close to $10,000 so far to date, and I need more to put the actual roofing on, and I need some more weatherproofing material to protect the porch roof before we put that on, because I don't want to put the plywood up and have it be exposed to the weather. So kind of holding up on that. With everything, we have to consider the cost, and I have to save money towards each phase of the build. So I can only do so much at a time. The main thing was to try to get it to a place where we don't have to worry about the weather. And that has been a real struggle. Yesterday afternoon, I was crying. I was so upset. I was like, oh no, all this wood is going to get ruined. It's going to get rotted by the weather. So at least for now, we don't have to worry about rain. So we're ready for 5, 6, 7, 8. The weather keeps changing. It's 5 days, and it's 4 days, and it's 6 days, and it's 8 days of rain. Maybe we'll get no rain after all this struggle. The weather report today was 30% chance of rain. I see blue skies and not too many clouds. I'm still waiting for the last window to come in before we put any windows in. And I do need to work on the roof and a good cover for the porch roof, because the tarp is just not holding up. Too much rain is getting through. It's got too many holes. Perhaps I should have spent the money and bought a heavy-duty tarp from the beginning. It's several $100s. For this size, it's probably like $1,000. I wouldn't be able to get one this size. Would be the biggest size I could get. I don't know. Is it too late to buy a tarp? Yeah, I'll tell you what. It's been a struggle. The weather has been the biggest headache of this whole project. My cottage is sort of tucked behind my storage shed and my woodwork shop, and it's kind of hidden from the house. From here, my house is on the other side of that shed across the driveway, so you can't even see the house. Can't see the cottage, not very much of it. You might see the roof of it from the house, but it's kind of hidden behind the buildings. So I guess you could say it's going to be my little hideaway. Over here is my woodwork shop, and it has a cat sleeping on the porch. The cats like porches. They're going to love the porch on my cottage. The porch of the cottage is her favorite place now. Hey, Grandma. I often find her here. She also likes to go underneath, because it's a big shady area. I have a current fundraiser on this project that you can help support, and if you are able to send me a few dollars, that would help a great deal. Even $2 or $5. I do have a giveaway. I have a blue ribbon pine needle basket that I cherish. I wouldn't part with it for less than $1,000, but for everybody that donates at least $20, I will put their names in a hat, and then when this project is done, I will draw from that list of names, and one person will be the lucky owner of this beautiful basket that won a first place in the South Carolina State Fair. If I had to put a price on it, I would say $1,000. So if you'd like a chance at that beautiful basket and have a one-of-a-kind, unique, original basket created by yours truly, drop me $20 in the Cash App. That's my preferred way of receiving money. One thing you can do is watch more of my videos. I have almost 700 videos on YouTube right now. The way that doesn't cost you anything is just watch more of my videos. I have almost 700 videos on my channel on a variety of topics, so surely you could find something to watch. I mean, you can just watch me paint. I have speed paintings. You can watch, see what kind of talent I have. Watch me paint murals. The videos are set to very pleasant music, and you can watch me paint. If nothing else, I mean, you could just spend a little time watching one of those videos. I have several of them. It's on my playlist, art related. I have many playlists. Playlist on basket making, sewing tips, home repairs, raising chickens, gardening, cats. If you like cats, I know cats are popular on the internet. I have tons of cat videos. I have a whole playlist. They're on the animal playlist. I got a few dog videos, but I don't have a dog now. I just have cats. So the dog videos are older videos when I had dogs. But I'm sure if you look around my channel, everything's organized by a playlist. Find a playlist and watch a few of my videos. That'll really help me tremendously. So I appreciate anything you can do to help further along this project. Watch more of my videos and share my videos. That's a great way. It won't cost you anything to help me out. Another thing you can do, giving me a thumbs up and commenting on my videos also improves my algorithms and improves the visibility of my content and my channel. It also would help if you watch the ads, let the ads play. The structure is built. The building is up, but it doesn't have the roofing finish, it doesn't have the siding finish, it doesn't have the windows put in, and I haven't purchased the door yet. And I need electrical work, and I need plumbing work. Then there's insulation. That's going to be a big expense because I'm using hemp wool. So there's so much work that needs to go into it, but it's going to be awesome. I'm glad that I've gotten a start on it, that it is underway, but it's looking like it's going to be a slow process of getting it done. Unless I have a bunch of generous people that will just drop me a few dollars. Or if you guys would just watch a whole bunch more of my videos and share my videos. Find a video that you like on my channel and share it on social media. I'm not even on social media anymore. I left Facebook after January 6th because I got attacked. Facebook actually sent their goons after me. They opened up my DMs, my private messages, so that anybody could harass me. They were vicious and hateful and nasty, and I couldn't block them because they're not on my friend list. Before January 6th, those people, it would just go in the others folder and I never had to be bothered with them. But after January 6th, Facebook decided this girl needs to be hushed. This girl needs to be harassed. This girl needs to be kicked off of Facebook. So let's just send, I had over 100 fact checkers blocked on my Facebook. And so it just became so hostile, and it wasn't worth it. It was just more frustration and headache to be there. And you know what? Since I've left social media, I actually don't even do any social media. I'm hardly on Instagram. I post occasional things I create, but I don't put much there anymore. But actually, I find I don't need Facebook. I don't need social media. It's just a waste of time. I have things to do all the time. I don't have time for social media. Social media has just become a garbage dump where people put their dirty laundry and all their divisive thoughts and things to divide people. That's what it's become. That's what they use it for anymore. It's not even useful anymore. So I have no desire to be on social media. Another way you can directly support me is by sending a donation through Cash App, which is my preferred use. So I just found out that Venmo is now owned by PayPal. I left PayPal because of their fees. I don't know if that means Venmo is going to start charging fees. There is a super thanks button under all of my videos, but what I have learned is that YouTube takes a hefty chunk of that money. So I don't get the full donation when you give through the super thanks button. But if you give through the Cash App, there are no fees. I get all the money that is allotted to me. So I prefer Cash App. So you can donate to one of those areas directly. That'll help me out. It'll help me to get this project underway. Because right now it's going to be a very slow process because I can only build as I have the funds to do so. And right now the goal is to get the building completely dried in, which it's not entirely. That's why it's covered in a tarp. So won't you give me a little help? share my videos, watch more of my videos, give me a thumbs up, comment, or donate. Those are the ways you can help. I appreciate your help. Thanks for watching.